Gentlemen, we are live on YouTube. Good afternoon, Rob, on the stream there. I've got Paul, McTrying, and Hakan here with me. What happened to Uncle John? Did he drop off? Interesting. As you guys can see, I'm busy setting up my route for this evening, but I'm a bit worried about this teardrop at the end there. And when I fiddle with it too much, it seems I break it. So I'm gonna try one more time. Should make a bigger radius. Otherwise, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'll fix it when I get our vector myself if I have to. Because it's like it's not drawing the correct version. If you look at what Navigraph gives us, it's clearly not the same thing. So we'll make a plan when we get there. Right, so tonight I'm not testing anything. If I see something, obviously I'll make a note, but I'm just gonna enjoy the fruit of the labor and enjoy version 4.3 with you guys. Route within it. Right. So we've got the challenge of tonight is 2 short runways. Short for takeoff, short for landing. And I had to make a plan. I had to bring the passenger count down and the cargo because the aircraft obviously wants to make money and be as full as possible. Well, it's not conducive to a good flight and a healthy circumstances. You might die in the process, so I had to change that. Right, we'll go for 2.5 on the reserves. 20. I'm gonna go 290. I'm not derating anything. I'm gonna go for flaps 10. If I can remember, we'll do a bridge off takeoff again. Right, I'm not sure if anybody's flying with me or want to fly with me, so currently I'm just offline. If anybody wants to, they must just speak up and we'll fly together. On our way, obviously. That is so slow. Okay, so first trick, second trick after the runways is we're going to do a heading select takeoff. We'll vector ourselves, come back to the VOR and then jump onto the actual route. That on.
Captain Hudson on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt.
Right, start the APU.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Sorry, I forgot that thing was on screen there. Sorry, gents. That's all closed.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
N1 doesn't increase. Interesting.
Yeah, but N1, what do you want to do with N1? Did you put your fuel in when you got to into 25%?
I don't remember. Look, it is 0, okay?
Wait.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Look at your bleeds. Is your bleed set? Yeah. So tell me something. Are you starting engine number 2 now?
Yeah, I will try to, but it says like this. Engine fail.
Okay, look up to your overhead again. I don't see a problem. Just put your ignition to off. Mac, if you can maybe help.
Well, I'm just looking. What's that in? Can you go in closer to the bleed? Yeah, on the right. You've got no bleed on the right-hand side.
Yeah, close that one. Close your isolation valve. There you
That's
go.
it.
That's it.
Now it'll
Don't
work.
open it. Close it. Oh, okay, you can leave it open. No, that's fine. Sorry. It's going to do the same. Just going to give you different values. Okay, open it. Open it. Sorry. Let me not interfere.
You need to open
Open.
for start.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. Sorry.
Right. Now you've
I
got to recycle your start cycle again.
Yeah, should fix it. Heat of the moment, you see. I want to do two things at the same time. All right, I think I'm ready to push. Let's.
You've got the bleed valve open now. It should motor up now.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Before start procedure.
auto.
Before start procedure.
Rap, what did you say?
You've
I said,
you've
put
got
it to
right.
auto.
You've got the right hand bleed open. Close it. Up. That's better.
Your packs are on, that's why. Put your packs off. Both packs must be on. Not that. Yeah.
Before start procedure.
The next row, yeah. Switch that off.
Dick.
There you go.
That's
There you
it.
go.
Start checklist.
There's your pressure coming. Yep. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Because of you, Nico.
Huh?
Because of you. Everything, the reason is you.
Okay.
Right. Have you got 26% on the N1?
Nope.
25. That's it. Open that.
Here we go. It is okay.
Good.
Thank you very much.
As soon as the engine is
25
started, you need to close that APU bleed valve once it
Okay.
auto switches off.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
You can disconnect your tow bar.
Starter
Yeah.
cutout.
Just a
Brakes
second,
on.
please.
Start number 1 engine.
Brakes on.
Starting number 1 engine.
It's like you've got a strange radio program running in the background, Nico.
I beg your pardon, Paul?
With Mac and Hakan talking, it sounds like you've got some kind of strange radio program playing in the back.
Yeah.
I've shut up now.
No. I like it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Well, we got a real pilot here now.
Oh.
Hello.
25 and
Cell
2.
is disconnected and
Well,
flight
that's
path
all.
has been removed.
Ah,
End
can-
signal
God,
on the
no.
left.
happening?
We'll see you next
What's
time and have
happening?
a
What
safe
did you
flight.
break?
No.
Your Boeing, it doesn't work.
Ah, okay. That's
Yeah.
good. Tell me,
Nothing, just kidding.
Starter
working.
cutout.
Right now
Engine
it is
start
working.
procedure
you
complete.
see, he's not an Airbus man.
Yeah.
He's discovered that.
How is it going, gents?
All good in you.
All good. I saw you are streaming, so I
Flaps
just
5
joined
set.
even for a couple of minutes before going out.
Hmm.
That's it. So I'm around. I saw we got 4.3 now.
Yes.
Watch out, Akan, you have flap 10.
I didn't configure my controllers for PMDG yet.
Okay. No, just taking off of flap 10 is a bit strange.
Well, I'm going to do flaps 10 on the short runway.
Yes, you can do that, but usually will be 5 or 25 or flap 1 if you need good climb performance.
I just don't want to end up in the rough.
Yeah.
So I made a mistake. Yeah, now this thing is taking forever. Okay, let it spool down. We're not going to do that then. It's fine. We'll take our chances. Okay, let's get going. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
So,
Stabilized.
Yeah.
I have never done a flaps 25 takeoff.
Mhm.
In my mind, it's always been drag versus benefit, isn't there?
It is.
You think so?
Remember, with the flaps 25, you are gonna have more. What can I say? It's gonna take less runway, but worse climb performance. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have no climb performance issue, in other words, you have no close-in obstacles,
Yeah.
and you wanna take off from a short runway, you can easily go flap 25.
Okay, so
The
I'm gonna
procedure
try
is
that.
Exactly the same. Procedure is the same. The color the same. Everything is the same basically. When you do the bug up, okay, it's the
Flaps
flap
25
acceleration
set.
is exactly the same.
Okay.
The only thing that you have to remember is that you do 25, 15, 5, 1 up.
Yes.
That's all you have to remember.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I've never done it, so
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Usually it's just sufficient for me to go to flaps 10, but I'm now curious. I want to see what this thing does.
Do the calculation in the
I will.
FMC.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
just
you need
taxing.
the proper thrust.
Yes.
Yeah. You need the proper thrust rating for that.
Yeah.
Flap 25 is okay in terms of tail clearance. Flap 1, you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
because your tail clearance is literally reduced
Yes.
compared with flaps 5. And that's why in my company, sometimes when we do flap 1 takeoff, is captain only takeoff. Because you
Okay.
have to be very careful on the rotation.
Of course, of course. Epic hacks. Yeah, I've got 12. I'm just not flying with it when I do my test flights. I don't use active sky when I do test flights. Because there's too many variables that could give me false readings, and then I tell Zibo a bunch of nonsense and I waste his time, so we don't do it. I'm going to do the FMC just now.
Are you on YouTube? Yes?
Yes, sir. Let me stream you for you.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll stream you for you.
Where, on Discord?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there you go.
Yeah, got it.
Blum, blum, blum. Anyway. Laps 25.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, if you want to show to the people as well, if you look now, the takeoff, your V1 and VR is 126.
125, 126, yeah.
Exactly. If you go back and just reselect maybe flap 5, so we show the difference. With flaps 5, your VR is gonna be 133, okay? So more runway to be used. Remember, with more flaps out means more drag, so it means less runway to use for takeoff, but worse climb performance.
Yes.
So that's the problem. So if you have closing obstacle, don't use flaps 25.
Yes.
All right, unless you have space to bug up at 1000, clean the flaps out, and then wings is clean, and you go up.
Yeah, we're gonna do that now. Epic Sasso here is one of our real-world pilots, and he mentioned it. I wanted to do flaps 10, okay, because what I also wanted to do was I wanted to do the bleeds off takeoff, and now I just need to get my checklist open so I don't mess that up. Kind of important.
Yeah, the sequence of if we have a problem with the performance and we need to find a way to have more performance from the engine because we need to depart from a short runway and we are quite heavy, or maybe the temperature is high, etc., then in order, the company suggests before to increase the flap setting, and then as a last option use a no engine bleed takeoff.
Yeah.
Because the no engine bleed takeoff is quite a big threat.
Yes.
Because then if you have a problem and you forget it, you climb with an aircraft which is unpressurized, and you don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm using the APU currently to push the air through to the back so the guys don't faint before we fix it. We're going to use the flaps 25, and then I just want to quickly answer Elliot here. Elliot, I'm not sure what to tell you about PMDG. I don't do PMDG support, so I don't know what's wrong with your PMDG when it starts up. And like I said, to Epic now, we started discussing this. Sasso's a real pilot, so he's talking me through this. We're going to enjoy this. Good evening, Rob, and I'm not sure what message you're referring to on the load, Elliot, and I'm not sure what you are referring to.
If Tasso is a real pilot, what are you?
Well, I'm not a real pilot anymore, so I'm not going to even try and pretend to be one, you know. So, okay, Elliot, it means you've got the wrong version of the Zibo mod. You need to follow the Zibo install guide, get the latest Zibo mod. You need to be on version 4.3 now. So you need to be on the latest beta of X-Plane, and you need to be on the latest Zibo mod. So it's 3.55 and the sub version is 4.3. Then you won't get those errors. But it literally means that your either your X-Plane or your Zibo is out of sync with each other. And the best way to sync them up is get the latest of both.
Stand by, Nico. Give
Okay.
me a second to check one thing, because I saw a light and I'm not sure. You're doing a no engine bleed takeoff.
Yeah, there's an APU is on. It's the only light that's on. APU
Okay,
is on.
okay,
So I've
perfect.
closed the isolation valve to make sure that the air goes to the
So
back.
right back switch auto.
Yes, left back switch
Isolation
is auto.
valve closed. The left
Yes.
back switch auto.
Yes.
Engine number 1 bleed off.
Off.
APU bleed air
on.
switch on. Engine number 2 bleed air switch off. And then
Yeah.
flap set for takeoff, which is 25 for
25.
us.
Yes.
Tap trim, flight controls recall. Alright, happy days.
Okay, Elliot, you need to read my install guide and you need to get the latest version. You obviously have the very first version of the Zibo mod. It's very old, redundant. It's not useful anymore. You're gonna have to update both X-Plane and the Zibo mod. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna spool
Right.
up.
Start the timer,
Stay
so we show the
last.
people how long it takes to complete also the after takeoff checklist and reconfigure the panel.
All right, there we go. There's Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold.
This
Positive
is a
rate.
short runway. Alright, gear up.
Okay.
Pitch, 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 pitch. Pitch, pitch, pitch. Alright, okay, autopilot on.
Okay.
Acceleration
Now you will
altitude.
see the acceleration. That's it. Now, yeah, do the manual above 1000. Yeah. No, bug up manually, exactly. Bring to the up speed. That's it. Bring to the up. Don't worry about the overspeed. That's
Of
the
course.
indicating the overspeed because
Of
you have the
course.
flaps out.
Of course.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 15 first, not?
Yes, and then you can go straight to flap 5 because the
Five.
acceleration
Yes,
is
I
quite
see.
quick.
I see. I see.
Yes,
I noticed.
that's the other threads.
Yes.
And now you are under a
Flaps
normal
5 set.
takeoff, Nico. Flap
Yeah.
1 and flaps up. That's it.
Flaps 1 set.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you, Sasso.
Okay, pleasure. Now I'll go flaps up, and what I personally do when I have a no engine bleed takeoff, I go immediately as soon as I call for flaps up and I have
Yes.
flaps up no lights, I go vertical speed first of all.
Vertical speed.
and
Yeah.
reduce the rate of climb 1500 feet a minute. Speed is under control, rate is under control as well. Now we can concentrate on reconfiguring the overhead panel.
Alright, so we now start the reverse. So we start from the
Correct.
bottom. Leads off.
Correct?
On. And auto.
That's it.
And IPU off.
And now after takeoff checklist.
There we go.
See, now you are happy, VNAV, level change, full thrust, climb like a rocket, wonderful aircraft, whatever you want. But at
Approaching
least you are
transition.
pressurizing.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a left turn, go back to the airport, and I'll join the route on the VOR there.
Mhm.
Transition altitude.
Right, there's LNAV, ENAV, standard, everything set. Beautiful.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Looks good.
Are you Disco?
Disco,
Uh-uh.
are you takeoff?
Yes, I'm takeoff. I'm climbing now. I'm climbing now.
Yeah, especially when you do an no-engine takeoff in a busy environment with ATC. The first thing I do, go vertical speed. I've seen so many colleagues pressing level change, maintaining 220 with 4,000 feet a minute. Because at that point, the engine are delivering only thrust. They're not delivering anything else because they are still in no pressurizing condition. So you have these 4,000 feet a minute, you easily reach 10,000 or above 10,000.
Of course, of course. Epic hacks. You need to go to your fuel weight and balance. Use your landing performance calculator. That will give you your answer. 3,600 meters is a long way to go. You can probably stop with auto brake 1, but if you want to be sure, depending on your weight, do your calculations here. The takeoff calculator does not work in EFB, but the landing performance does. So you just fill in the blanks, make sure you've got everything correct, and it will tell you. It'll give you a graph.
Nico,
No, yes.
don't tell this Sasso what pilots doesn't work. They are only working before takeoff, during takeoff, and landing.
Okay.
Everything is done by autopilot. So, but don't tell Sasso, okay?
Okay.
You can misunderstand. Look at me.
I see you flying. I see you got that thing in the air.
Yeah, I don't need to do anything until descending.
Yeah, in the real world it doesn't work that way, but anyway, I hear you.
I don't know in the real world. I am in a virtual pilot. It is, yeah. Sasso is here. Sasso, you know, pilots work a lot. I think.
Oh, on a Boeing aircraft for sure. I don't know on the Airbus.
Yeah, the thing is, your salaries must be increased.
I know. That's what I'm telling to the boss.
A few minutes ago, Nico said that pilots doesn't work a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He is a proper boss.
Yeah, exactly. He is asking you lots of questions and
exactly on my day off, Hakan. On my day off.
Yeah. Really, I don't understand.
Unacceptable, man. Unacceptable.
Exactly.
He making me work always on days off. Unacceptable.
Exactly.
I love this.
I'm just kidding to laugh at.
I'm loving it.
Okay, when top of descent is coming, we don't need to do anything in this aircraft. It starts descending.
No. Stand by. You're not in an Airbus. You have to prepare everything. Epic. One answer for you regarding the full reverse. In terms of distance to stop the aircraft, the full reverse or idle reverse doesn't change anything on a dry runway. If the runway is wet, then a full reverse will reduce slightly the landing distance required. But on a dry runway, the difference between full reverse or idle reverse, so in other words, reverse just on idle without using it, is nothing, literally nothing. The difference between full reverse and idle reverse is more for brake cooling situation. So when you land auto brake 3 in a hot day, you need a full reverse so you don't overheat the brakes. That's your choice regarding full reverse or idle reverse. For example, on this runway, 3,600 meters, in normal condition with an aircraft weighing more or less 60 tons, I would say flaps, unless you have crazy situation of wet runway, ice on the runway, tailwind, or I don't know what, but usually 3,600 meters, flaps 30, auto brake 1 will give you around 2,800 meters to stop on a dry runway.
Hey, really, I forgot this airplane. There are lots of information.
Yeah. It's an airplane, huh? It's not a bus. I know, man.
Yeah. I need to go to type education, type training. Is weather radar working in PMDG, Nico?
What, Hakan?
Weather radar working in PMDG?
No,
I
No.
have no clue. No, I don't think
no,
so.
it doesn't because FS 2020 doesn't support it yet.
For third party.
Yeah, they haven't opened the API for any third party yet.
Why not?
They'll probably do it sometime in the future.
In the future, but when? We don't know. After that?
Then we don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thousand to level off.
It's bad weather, huh?
Absolutely.
It's a free wash.
Yeah, for sure.
Nico,
Yes, sir.
when you were changing between the different flap settings for the
Yes.
takeoff there,
Yes.
how much of a change was there with the stab trim setting? Do you recall?
No. No, I didn't actually check.
That though got me thinking now, of course.
Yeah. I
Tail
actually,
strike business.
yeah. If there was a problem, Linda would have squealed. She would have said it's not set. Okay, but I swear I didn't check. Yeah, I didn't actually think about that, to be honest, eh? Elliot, correct. Absolutely correct. I must say, when I took off, I did not feel any pressure on the column. It's not as if it was off, you know. So, if memory serves me right, it was at 4.25 or something units, you know, and yeah, it didn't give me hassles. Elliot, no, I don't have to do the same. It's only certain NVIDIA chipsets and certain NVIDIA cards, obviously, that has the hassle. Not everybody has that. It's very selective, and unfortunately, you're just now one of the guys that, you know, got the short end of the stick there. I've got an AMD RX 6700 XT.
Gents, we'll talk with you tomorrow. It's likely, huh? Time for me to go.
See
Okay.
you. Nico, you know pilots doesn't work. You see? He's gone.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Bye, gents.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, Saturn.
Uncle John,
Yes, sir.
I started flying with your airplane, but I am not good at.
You will learn. I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
Okay, my reverses will not work. I will try to do best. It is starting descending.
This is a deceptively long flight, you know. You think it's just the UK, you know, south to north, and then you realize, so like 150 nautical miles more than I thought. Shows you what I know about the UK in the distance. It's interesting, there's nothing on our weather radar and we're in the rain. There's nothing even on their own map. Look, Explain doesn't even see the rain itself. So that's obviously where we get our information from. Rob, it's perfect because that is the QNH that is in your simulator. It's very important that you actually use that one. Never mind what anybody else gives you. Oh, beg your pardon. Don't know where that yawn came from. If you use any other QNH that is outside of the sim, then you're living in a fantasy world. You know, it doesn't exist. So that is perfect. I, on the other hand, I've just grown used to using this little tool from Antonio, you know, so that I can actually, you know, just search it here. And then in here you'll see there's a NOAA, that's the external one, what it's supposed to be, and this is what it's actually in the sim. Sometimes they correspond, look. You know, but there are times they don't, and then you have to know that you need to use the bottom one. What is in Explain is more important than what's in the fantasy on the outside. Imagine calling real world fantasy, but that's in the relation of the world where we fly in versus the outside, that's exactly what it is. I'm sitting here and I would have forgotten. I never set my frequencies.
Did you decide what you were going to do with the approach?
Yes.
Seem to be 3 different flavours.
Yes, yes. What I'm going to do, Paul.
But only
is-
one flavour on the chart by the looks of it.
Yeah, correct. But I see it does draw it, it does do the overlay of it. So what I decided was I'm going to do the ILS on runway 16 with the Alpha Delta November transition. So obviously I'm going to go, you know, as you can see, well, you can't see it locally, but on YouTube the guys can see it. I'm going to basically fly directly from my last waypoint. I'm going to go straight to the VOR, then do that kind of a teardrop, and then come back in for the landing to intercept the ILS.
And the other two were more proper teardroppy things, were they?
Well, yeah, if you look at my screen, let me show you. Let me go through that again. It does not.
I've got it on YouTube. I'm watching that.
Okay, it doesn't show the exact same kind of drawing, you know. So if we go to the plan mode and we step through it, you'll see it doesn't give you the exact same kind of a teardrop as we saw on the actual chart. So you see there, it kind of looks a bit different, you know. So we're just going to slow down, try and make that arc a little less, you know, just to get in there. I've tried to take the ADN1, okay, transition, but then it messes this whole thing up so badly, and then I ran out of time. My stream had to start. I couldn't work it out. I tried once quickly on the stream, but also it was, I think, but it wasn't conducive to what I wanted. So I'll let it fly it. And if at that point there we are too fast, or, you know, we don't have a good enough turn radius, I'll just bug out a little bit, maybe to the right, and just vector myself back in, just to help myself. But in terms of the automation, you know, that's the closest I could get to what the chart is showing.
Yeah.
Solar Hawk, very well, and you, sir, welcome. And OOSFX, welcome. Nice to have you guys on stream. We'll make it work somehow, Paul. We'll figure it out when we get there. I am indeed, yes, and so are a few of the other guys here as well. I am South African. I am in Johannesburg. Yeah, thank you very much. Lots of hours and time and effort gone into that. I wasn't expecting Zibo to actually do the 4.3 today, because he said we must do the next test in 3 Bravo, and then the next moment he released it. So yeah, then I released all the stuff from my side. So yeah. If this test run is good enough, I'll upload it to Explain TO as well, to that site, because I never ever want to load anything in there until it's been tested and proven that it works. It's just too much of a hassle to fix it if it goes wrong. The first fix was for the uplink for the forecast winds. There was an issue with the XML story, so that was fixed. And the other one is the VNAV path in the descent. Zibo has tuned it a little bit more to be more realistic. So I'm looking forward to see what he did, because now, like I say, he skipped one of the beta versions. We didn't get a chance to test it, and then he released this one, you know, so this one should be even better. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get to top of descent. I'll zoom in like this or keep it like this, and then we can all see nicely what happens.
Afternoon, all.
Hello.
How's South Africa today? Doing well, hopefully.
Depends on where you stay. The riots have started that they promised would only happen tomorrow, and they're burning the place down again, so we'll see what happens. In terms of the weather, it's actually very nice weather, and I'm sitting here in my swimming trunks, believe it or not, and the fan blowing on me because it's so warm. It's really nice. How are things on your side?
Great. Oh, it's a little cooler up here in the state of Washington and the U.S. We're a little bit cooler at 40. We're at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not quite bathing suit weather, but we're getting closer.
Okay. Well, I don't know what.
Now we can just figure out a way to take our bathing suits and a little kiddie pool and put our monitors outside and our computers and fly.
Just be careful of the electricity. Electricity and the water don't mix. Listen. I don't know what this is in Fahrenheit, but we're at 23 degrees, but it's a nice warm 23 degrees where I'm at right now. That's Celsius.
Heat, right? It's a dry heat. They say that in Arizona. It's a dry heat. It's like 120 degrees, but it's a dry heat,
though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel very humid today, but it's a nice warm one. It's SFX, it's way better, way better. The modeling, everything is better. There are more wind layers. The atmospherics is better. The points of contact that's being tested on the wings are better. There is multi-stage jet engines. I think it's now a 3-stage or a 4-stage jet engine model that you can use instead of a 2-stage. And no, this is a totally different ball game in X-Plane 12. It's much better. Yeah.
Visual landing.
What?
Visual landing.
Okay, enjoy, Hakan. Good luck.
I don't think.
No, man. SFX, I am involved with the threshold. I am kind of like a staff member as well. I do various things for the threshold, so I'm definitely involved there. And also because Level Up uses our Zibo systems and stuff, you know, I also am involved there as well. Thank you, Thunder. Well, I'm 93 nautical miles from top of descent. I'll give you what I have, and then you can tell me if you want some more. I use X camera, so I've got this thing set up to pan around on the outside. I think it's a bit far, but on the other hand, I mean, I can always zoom in if I use Shift and F4 and do it manually. Most of my flights is done in the EU, just because the majority of users are from the EU. We do fly in South Africa. We've just done quite a lot of flying in South Africa. We've also enabled a South African tour in the Skymatix VA, so a lot of guys are flying here locally now on Iveo. And we do the US every now and then, but we haven't done it lately. More in the EU and South Africa in the last couple of weeks and months. The X camera is not difficult, but you have to watch the videos. If you go to the website, you know, this guy's website, he shows you exactly how to do it and so on. It's the easiest way to learn, and then you just go and you experiment. If you look in the description below the video, there's a link that's called My Private Hangar. If you go in there, you'll get all my presets and everything for the aircraft that I've put up there, so including this one. And you can also copy that.
Not good, not bad. It is time to go for me.
Okay, Hakan. Stay well.
Have a good night.
You too.
Next time I will be professional.
Fantastic.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks. I like the livery. I recently upgraded my PC, and now I can actually use this livery because it was killing my previous PC. I just didn't want it. It was a bit taxing, but it's really nice now. I'll fly it for a little while again now. No, the Joburg routes I do or have done in the past that were like long haul is Joburg, Heathrow. I've done that quite a few times up and down. But I'm not one really for the long haul stuff, I must be honest. I prefer an hour or two flight, maybe 3 hours at the most. After that I get twitchy. I just can't do it. It works on my nerves. And if I do a long haul, I would typically switch it on, you know, sometime in the evening and then wake up early in the morning, you know, to just go and land it. I mean, I'm not going to sit and watch it. So for me, it's kind of a waste.
Hello to all, greetings from Vancouver.
Hello, hello. Good to see the satellites are working. Welcome.
Hello, Dimitri.
1000 to level up.
Yeah, I don't know Mac. I've got guys that wrote the Mac install guide for the Zibo for me. Mark is his name, Mark Peplow. He did the Mac install guide, and he's got all the necessary settings in there. So if you have an issue with Flight Factor, you're gonna have to ask them.
Ready for descent procedure.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's a big bonus that the Zibo works with Mac and Linux. Right, I'm just double checking. We've got the descent altitude. Auto brake set, PFD is done. Seatbelts. I released them for like 5 minutes and then put it back on when the rain started. So they're probably unhappy with me, but one of those things. Frequencies set 1099. Perfect. I think we can do this. Stop of descent coming. Are you guys ready to keep your eyes on the screen? Eagle eyes. Hey Paul, Mac.
Watching.
Okay.
I've just clicked show more as well, Nico. Below the vid.
Yeah. What did I break?
You mentioned the scenery for Dublin and Inverness, that's all.
Oops.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Let's just change that quickly. My UPS is moaning, guys. Give me a second. I need to fix it quick. SFX, I doubt it. They've got that old, I don't know if it's a DC6 or whatever it is for X-Plane 11, but I don't think they're going to do anything more for X-Plane 11. Since 2020 is available, that's their home, and it's a traditional thing. Rob, radio altimeter is for precision landings. It's usually your Cat 2 and Cat 3 that we use it. You don't usually use it on a Cat 1, so that's why I don't use it that often. Because I don't generally have to.
Approach top of descent.
Right, is the view good for you guys? Can you see everything you need to see?
Looking grand.
That is one thing I just want to quickly check here. And that is the speeds. Alright. Okay.
Basic VNav, is it, Nico?
Yes. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is a huge improvement.
Do me a favour, Nico.
Hmm.
Can you check your forecast wind for me? Is it level 200? You got some in there? 26742. Something I learned a couple of days ago was that the real life guys recycle the top point in the legs page to insert the actual winds into VNAV calculations, which I'd never realised before. So if the forecast is out because you've got an ancient OFP, it's a way of tweaking it, apparently.
Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. I've shown it once or twice in my streams, Paul, the way that it works, because Alex one day took me aside and he talked me through the whole process. And then what happened was, when I was making some of my training videos, I spoke to Sasso as well about some of the things, because there's small discrepancies between the operators, you know, and it's actually very flippin' interesting when you start doing it correctly, not like a flight simulator, you know, the way the guys do it. It's amazing, actually.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll fall out over 3 knots there.
Nah. No, I'm not gonna cry. Well, currently we're doing 266 at 45, so it was close, you know, it was really close. Nobody's gonna complain about that.
And then, of course, it makes you think whether it's actually simulated, that it would re-inject the actual winds, and that.
Yeah. For what it is, it's really good. It's good enough. Yes, Thunder, correct.
I suppose I could check by putting completely mad winds in the forecast, and then cycle that top waypoint.
You can try. See, what they told me is you put the top of climb winds and not the average winds on your initial page, you know, where you set up your flight altitude and stuff, okay, in the FMC. And then what you do is you go to your route page, your legs page, and then the route information, legs page, route information, and then you go and rework those values. And what they say is they change them when it's more than 10 degrees or 10 knots difference. And then they run through the winds on their OFP and they make sure that they set those winds correctly. Now I'm impressed. You can see this baby's holding on to VNAV path very nicely and everything seems really nice.
And a fistful of knots slow, but that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's certainly better than being fast.
Yep. Or high on that profile or whatever. You know, so many things that could have gone wrong. One 1013. It looks so cool. I love watching that speed bug creep down like that, listening to the engine spool down, going to idle, watching this whole 10,000 transition. Amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Yeah, it looks like this is one of those super duper versions again, eh? And every now and then Zibo surprises us with just one that's mind-blowing. This feels like one of them again. Really well done.
Approaching transition.
Indeed, Geert, indeed. It's very nice.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist. Flaps 1 set. Flaps 5 set.
Right, so I'm slowing down early because I don't want to really have a hassle of turning, and we want to make the turning radius shorter, so I'm slowing down. Absolutely thunder. See how turn radius has changed a little bit there. Should make it now.
Flaps 10 set. 15 set.
I'm taking a chance now. If we go too much slower now, we're gonna have the gear horn go off. We don't really want that, and I hope it doesn't go off. Wow, look at that sun.
Thousand to level off. Localizer capture.
Radio altimeter.
There's the gear horn. Right, flaps 40.
Glide slope capture. Flaps 40 set. Ready for landing checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Super 6 Bravo, no, it's not just for AMD, but the AMD guys get the greatest benefit, and it's basically a graphical interface allowing old OpenGL to run in Vulkan. That's the gist of it, but you're gonna have to go read to get to the exact details of it, eh? Thank you so much. For me, it has doubled and sometimes it triples my performance in my computer here. The FPS just shot through the roof. I was struggling with my AMD card, and the moment I switched Zink on, it was just magic.
SL_it_0E5DOA18-0C3C7A donated $15. Thanks for all the hard work and
Taxi lights on.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm not going to try to say your name there. You know you are. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh, that looks nice. Eh? Just look at that. Thank you. We're gonna try. I'm not used to landing flaps 40, eh? That's so strange to say that, but I'm really not used to flaps 40 landing. We'll do our best. 3,000. Okay, we need to set 3,000 for the go around.
$500. Clear to land runway 16.
300.
Right, and flying.
Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums.
Nice wind on the
100.
nose.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that was a bit odd.
Break up. Reverse
I'd rather safe than sorry. We don't want to go over the rest of, or the end of the runway. This auto brake is magic, eh? Look at that, look how fast it stopped us.
Great landing. You are professional.
And now the rain's gone. Right, where is my airport chart? Let's see, where to go to. We need to get off on the right hand side. Damn it, no, I didn't check if my speed brakes actually deployed.
Stabilized.
Welcome to Aberdeen, everybody. I've no idea what you're going to do here, but I hope you enjoy whatever it is you're going to do here.
Flaps up and set.
After landing procedure. After landing procedure. Come, Linda.
After landing procedure. After landing procedure complete.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm excited about that. I've never ever done a takeoff with flaps 25 that I can recall. And you see, that's nice having a real pilot here sitting next to you and telling you all these tricks. Eh? So nice. Brake set. Shutdown procedure.
shutdown procedure. Ready for shutdown procedure.
Right, okay. I've just filed my flight with the VA, so I'm free to try a replay. I hope it doesn't bomb out. Let's see. Ah, no, it's working. It's working.
400.
Speed brake was out. Yay! And then it goes back in.
What a cameraman as well.
Oh, I'm telling you. The link is below the video in Show More. Click on Show More. You'll see private hangar. You go in there, find Explain 11, find the Zibo folder, and just read. It's right there. It's all right there. Oh, not a bad camera oak this, eh? I think he gets paid good bucks.
Wasn't that hard?
No, it wasn't. No. X camera makes it look harder than it really is, you know.
You'd want to plant it as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course, it's a short runway, etc., etc., you know. There's a folder that says X camera. So if you go into the Zibo, in the folder structure somewhere, there would be X camera and X camera presets. It will be a CSV file. Not bad at all, man. I like this. Just quickly see. I need to set up this. Replay. It's Alt R. Make that one Shift and R. Yes. Huh? Okay, there we go. I can manipulate it. Excellent. Now that preset specifically is for the Zibo. I might have done others as well for like the dollars and the flight factor and things like that. Just have a browse around, eh? That's a huge amount of folders there that you can look through. Yeah, man. No, I don't have that aircraft at all.
Nice weather for Scotland as well.
Ooh.
Well, no last.
It's only raining a bit.
I bet it's raining all week now.
Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy so far. I'm happy. That's it. Now she's gonna go bonkers again.
Flaps up and set.
We know.
Flaps up and set. All
Here we are.
commands and checklists
We know,
reported.
Linda, we know.
Flaps up
Anyway,
and set.
okay, well, I am
Flaps up and
absolutely
Flaps up
thrilled
and set.
with this version. This
Flaps
is
up and
amazing.
set.
So,
Flaps up and set.
don't know what if you have
Flaps
comments,
up and
guys.
set. Flaps up and set.
Look good to me.
Flaps up and
Yeah.
set. Flaps up and set. Flaps up and set. Flaps up and set.
It's gonna drive me
Flaps
nuts
up
now.
and set.
I'll
Flaps
stop
up
the
and
stream
set.
just now, gents.
Flaps up and set.
That's it. Okay.
Flaps up and
Thank you
set.
so much, everybody, for
Flaps up and
watching and spending time with us. You're most welcome. I hope you guys have a good week, and I hope you guys achieve everything that you set your heart to and go work for. So we'll speak to you guys in the week sometime. We'll do some more streaming and all those other things. Until then, stay well. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Nice one.